This first case Articles on the Go feature is titled Case Cart Best Practices and Common Errors to Avoid, written by Paul Wafer, BS, MBA, RN. When you get your case cart for each case, you expect it to have everything in it that you need. It's always frustrating when it doesn't. Setting up for your next case gets incredibly stressful when you have to run to the pick room or the instrument room to grab items that should have been pulled for your case. Today, we're going to discuss best practices for case carts by looking at who, how, and when a case cart should be picked for a case. Common error number 1. Picking the case cart too early. Many times, the staff in the pick room start to build their case carts 1 or even 2 days prior to the scheduled case. When this happens, there's a greater chance of errors, either by omission of items, pilferage from the cart, or duplication of effort caused by double and triple checking lists because multiple people are involved with the cart. Here's best practice. Build the carts for the first 1 or 2 cases of the day for each room the night before. These carts should be built by one designated person and should be as complete as possible by the end of the evening. If there are items still missing, a large note should be attached so that the person coming in first thing in the morning can get them completed. Depending on the volume and number of rooms, there should be at least one designated staff member that takes the first case carts to the room and stations the second carts at a designated location. This designated person or persons should then start working on the 2 follow cases and continue to stage the carts for the rest of the day. Here's why. If carts are built too soon, there may not be enough sterile instruments processed, and this will require multiple returns to the same cart instead of building it all at once. Surgery schedules frequently change, and resources may need to be moved from one cart to another, leading to missing items. Common error number 2. No designated staff are responsible for case carts. Frequently, hospitals will have patient staff in the OR pick cases when they have downtime. This leads to very inconsistently filled case carts. Some staff feel like they know the cases by heart and do not look at the preference list. Others are just not detail-oriented, or they use the picking time to socialize with their coworkers and do not pay attention to what they're doing. At other times, the OR gets so busy that there's not enough time to pick the cases. Here's best practice. Train dedicated staff members from SPD to use the preference lists and anticipate instrument needs, along with potential instrument turnarounds. These staff members fill and transport the case carts as necessary and support the circulating nurses when requested. Common error number 3. Using the preference list and not the pick ticket when pulling supplies and instruments for the carts. Most, if not all, of the OR computer systems have the capability of putting the location of all items in the item file for the OR. In some instances, there may be 2 levels of location. That is, the first level may just be the department the item is in. The second level is typically the cart, shelf, and bin number of the item. Many facilities forego putting the location information into the system, which makes it more difficult for the staff to find the needed items for the cases. Here's best practice. The pick ticket will usually sequence the picking of items based on location. This allows for the person who is picking the case to walk the aisles and sequentially collect all of the items needed for the case. This allows for the most efficient use of the staff member's time. If staff members or physicians are grumbling because their case carts are incomplete, look at these 3 common errors. If you notice that they are occurring in your department, make a change. Improving how cases are pulled, having dedicated staff to pull the cases, and making sure to use the item location on the pick ticket will help improve efficiency and improve overall satisfaction within your department. That'll do it for this week's article. As always, thanks for listening to this episode of First Case Articles on the Go.